calls your case, please unmute your device and answer you are present, please. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, I'm just waiting for the YouTube stuff. There we go. Morning or good afternoon, Mr. Reyna. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, everybody. We're ready.
All right, let me, I think I have the cases in order. So the court calls 2021 CBJ 000522D4 in the matter of Armando Ayala. Are you present, Mr. Ayala?
I don't see him on here, Judge. There might be Armando A, but his audio is not connecting. I'm not sure if that's Mr. Ayala.
Yeah, he's present. He's trying to connect to the audio. I don't know if you just want to recall that case, Judge, while he tries to connect. He's having a little bit of trouble connecting.
Okay. We'll come back to him. That way we can stay in order. The next case on the docket is 2021 CVJ 523D3 in the matter of Rodney Lara.
Present, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lara.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Mr. Lara, can you please raise your right hand so the clerk can swear you in?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, before I turn it over to your attorney, Mr. Lara, let me just take judicial notice that the court has received a waiver from the state filed with the court on April 27, 2021. You may proceed, Mr. Reyna.
Your Honor, if I may, that Mr. Lara has two petitions, one for non-disclosure and one for expunction. Are we doing the expunction petition right now?
Is it a separate file?
Yeah, there are two separate files, Your Honor, one for petition for non-disclosure and one for an expunction.
On what page is the non-disclosure?
We only have the expansion, Your Honor.
Okay,
That's correct, Judge. I don't believe we do non-disclosures. I think I saw that it was an L1 case.
the county clerk should have that file before the court, Your Honor. We asked for that. But in any case, we can proceed with the expunction right now and pick up that matter in a while.
Well, I mean, do you have a cause number on it?
Yes, Your Honor. If I may read it to the court, that's 2021 CVJ 0005 29 D3.
529 D3.
D3.
I think that's the expansion file.
Uh,
I believe in the chat.
No, I said 529.
No, that was the non-disclosure file.
Right. I called 523 D3, which is the expungement.
No,
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, well,
Yes, sir. Ms. Perez is stating that cause number 2021 CVQ 4010L1 is a non-disclosure for Mr. Lara.
That's correct, Judge. The other case that he called the 529D3 is a different expunction, Ramiro Rodriguez, on a different petitioner.
yes. Well, okay, well,
It may be that the non-disclosure was assigned to the county courts, Mr. Reyna.
all right, Your Honor, I see that, okay. Well, the non-disclosure, I have it in front of me.
Okay, but I don't have that in front of me. I have the expungement in front of me.
Again, the county clerk should have that file turned over to you all.
No, I have, I'm looking at it. That's the case I called, which is, just so we're clear, the court is called 2021 CVJ 523D3 in the matter of Rodney Lara.
Okay, is that the expunction file or the non-disclosure file?
That's the expungement.
Okay, right, I have it, it's marked differently here, Your Honor, but let's go. I proceed.
You may proceed.
Is your name Ramiro Rodriguez Jr.?
No, my name is Rodney Eric Lara.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Sorry.
We'll get there, Mr. Lara. We'll get there.
No worries, Your Honor. It's been years and I need, I'm patient.
Okay.
Well, I apologize for that, Your Honor.
That's all right, Mr. Reyna. It happens to all of us.
Hopefully that's the last time. Is your name Rodney Eric Letta?
Yes, sir, it is.
Mr. Letta, you had his file for you, a verified petition for expunction of records, right?
Yes, sir.
And before we filed that petition for you, you carefully read through that and signed at the very end a declaration under penalty of perjury that everything in that petition is true and correct, right?
Correct, sir.
And today before the court, do you stand by that declaration that everything in this petition is true and correct?
I do, sir.
Mr. Lara, you're asking the court to expunge or erase arrest records that date back to 1995 and no earlier than 2006. Is that right?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. And you're asking the court to expunge these arrest records that you sustained back then because for the one in 1995, there was no prosecution, no charges were filed, right? And basically there was the time period to refile has run. In other words, they can't prosecute you anymore, and there's no felony charge arising from that same transaction, right?
No, yes, sir. There's nothing. I'm pending.
And regarding the January 14, 2000 arrest and subsequently the 2005 arrest, which are related to the same thing, again, you were not prosecuted. There was nothing filed against you. Time is run on that. And also in the 2022, 2005 arrest, same thing. That cause was actually filed and then it was dismissed. And the limitations period for that is run, right?
That is correct, sir.
And the one for January 14, 2006 arrest, again, the prosecution did not file any charges against you and no cause number or court assigned to that case, right?
Correct.
And so you're asking the court to expunge that arrest record too, because the time on that is run and there's no felony charge arising from that same transaction, right?
That is correct, sir.
Your Honor, we have nothing further by way of testimony, Your Honor. I think that the record, as you have indicated, the record reflects there's a waiver on file that all notices that have to go out to different agencies required to be notified of this proceeding has been done according to law, and there's no answer on file by anybody, including DPS. So based on all that, Your Honor, we ask the court to grant this petition for expunction.
Lada, based on the testimony you gave today and the filings with the court and the documents to which the court has taken judicial notice of, including the verified pleading, the court finds that everything is in order and is going to grant your request for expungement of those arrest records indicated, Mr. Lada.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Mr. Lada, the order has been signed as of today, May 11, 2021. I want to wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Lada, thank you so much. You're excused. Go and be happy.
Y'all have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay. Did Mr. Ayala make it back?
I think he did, Judge.
Are you there, Mr. Ayala?
Yes, sir. Yes, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ayala.
Afternoon, Judge.
Let me call your case and then we'll swear you in, okay? The court calls 2021 CDJ 522 D4 in the matter of Mr. Armando Ayala. Mr. Ayala, can you raise your right hand so you can be sworn in by the clerk?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
And before we take your testimony, the court will take judicial notice that a waiver has been filed dated April 27th. Well, it was filed on April 27, 2021 by the District Attorney's Office. You may proceed, Mr. Reyna.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is your name Armando Ayala?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ayala, do you recall having read through carefully a verified petition for expunction of records before it was filed for you?
Yes, sir.
And after you read carefully through that petition, do you recall having signed a declaration that everything in the petition is true and correct under penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
The day before the court, do you stand by that declaration that everything in this petition is true and correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ayala, you're asking the court today in this petition to expunge or erase arrest records dating back to 2008. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first one occurred April 26, 2004, and the second on 2005, and the last one on 2008. Regarding the one for 2004, you're not, there's no charges filed against the prosecutor, the cause number of that case, right?
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes, sir.
And based on 3 years having passed from the date of that offense, and all the other requirements that are met as stated in page 2, paragraph 3 of that petition, you're asking the court that arrest record should be expunged, right?
Yes, sir.
Regarding the February 10th, 2005 and February 15th, 2008 arrests, which are related. Again, the prosecutor did not file charges and there was no cause number or court assigned to that case. And so based on that, the fact that more than 3 years has passed since the date of those arrests, and you meet other legal requirements as stated on page 3, paragraph 5, that those arrest records should be expunged or erased as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we have nothing further by way of testimony from Mr. Ayala. And the court has already taken the waiver on file, and we would add that take judicial notice that there was notices that have gone out to different agencies required to be notified of this proceeding, and then that none of the agencies so notified, according to law, have filed an answer, including DPS. So based on all that, Your Honor, we ask the court to grant this petition for expunction.
The court, having recognized that the waiver has been filed and the verified pleadings has been affirmed, and on your testimony, Mr. Mr. Ayala, the court is going to grant your request for expungement. The order has been signed with today's date, May 11th, 2021.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Ayala, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You're excused. Have a good
Thank
day,
you,
sir.
Judge.
Have a
You too,
good day.
Judge.
I saw
You
Mr.
too.
Lara pop back in. He may have a question. Mr. Lara, did you have a question?
No, Your Honor, my lawyer's, what do you call it? Person that helps him, she asked me to jump back in, so I came back.
Oh, no. Oh, before you leave though, Mr. Reyna, you talk to, who told you to jump back in? Mr. Reyna's office?
No, Eva, yeah, Mr. Rena's assistant.
Oh, okay. No, I think we're good.
She wanted me to jump
Oh,
back
Your
in,
Honor,
having to do with the previous.
if I may, Your Honor, there is also a petition for non-disclosure that was filed for Mr. Lada. And we don't know if the court has that filed or not, but it should have been set for today.
Well, no, I don't have it. And because it has an L1 and may be assigned to the county courts at law. I know there were some issues going back a couple of months regarding splitting up some of the work, Mr. Reyna, and it probably should have been brought in the same court, but I don't have a file or anything in front of me to look at. So,
Well, Your Honor, we won't burden the court with this issue right now. We'll resolve it in due course.
well, yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't want to step over, I mean, if it's docketed with the county courts, I mean, I don't want to pull it away from them. And without at least having a conversation with either Judge Villarreal or Judge Martinez. So it might be best just to have it set on the next night court.
We'll do that, Your Honor. We'll do that.
And actually, you know, Mr. Reyna, you may want to call me because I've got sporadic dockets for the rest of the summer. So maybe we can just do a special setting. So contact me directly and maybe we can squeeze you in on one of the, you know, I've got a lot of family law cases coming up and actually one just settled. So I know I'm going to have a lot of free time the next few days.
We'll do that, Your Honor. We'll have that discussion and ensure that it proceeds in an orderly fashion next time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reyna. Well, you're still on. So the next case on the docket is Court Calls 21 CVJ 524 D1 Ramiro Rodriguez.
I'm present. I'm present, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rodriguez.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Rodriguez, can you raise your right hand so the clerk can swear you in?
Yes, sir.
Do you
Yes, Your Honor.
solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may proceed, I'm sorry. Before you proceed, Mr. Reyna, the court will take judicial notice that a waiver is on file dated April 26, 2021.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is your name Ramiro Rodriguez Jr.?
That's correct, Mr. Reyna.
Mr. Rodriguez, before we fill out this petition for you, did you carefully review it? This verified petition for expunction of records, did you carefully review that before we filed it for you?
Excuse me, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Did you read over this petition before it was filed for you?
Oh, yes, yes. Yes, I did.
And after reading this petition very carefully, Mr. Rodriguez, did you sign in the very back of that a declaration under penalty of perjury that everything in this petition is true and correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And today
Yes, I
before the
did.
court, do you stand by that declaration that everything here is true and correct?
It is correct. Yes, Mr. Reyna.
Okay, you're asking the court today for this petition to expunge or erase arrest records relating to a June 16, 1996 arrest, right?
That's correct.
And that happened very long time ago, but you were not prosecuted for that. After that, you were arrested, right?
That's correct.
So you want that expunged, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Yes.
Then on June 17, 1987, you were arrested, but you were not prosecuted, right? And because
That's
time has
correct.
passed- because time has passed on that arrest and that offense, you're asking the court to expunge or erase that arrest record, right?
That's correct.
And on January 23rd, 2002, you were arrested, but based on the state's own motion, the case was dismissed, right?
That's correct.
So you're asking the court to expunge that arrest, right?
That's correct. Yes. Yes.
And on September 3rd, 2003, you were arrested, but you were not prosecuted again. And so the time on that arrest and the defense has run, so asking the court to expunge that arrest record, right?
Yes. That's correct.
And finally, on May 7th, 2013, almost like 8 years ago, and the last one, you were arrested, but the case was dismissed on the state's own motion, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Your Honor, we have nothing further by way of testimony from Mr. Rodriguez, based on his testimony and the fact there's a waiver on file indicating that he is not opposed to the granting of this expunction and that all notices that had to go out to different agencies required to be notified, of this proceeding has gone out according to law. And we don't have, and there's no answer or any other type of pleading that contests this petition. Based on all that, we ask the court to grant Mr. Rodriguez's petition for expunction.
That's correct. Yes.
Oh, okay. Mr. Just can you clarify something for me? I see the waiver has been filed by the district attorney's office in this case. And the case, I guess, that you, in the petition also included the 2002 possession of a controlled substance. The co-defendants were the ones that, the co-defendants in this case did receive a conviction and not your client.
We don't have a conviction for our client, Your Honor. In this, any one of those offenses, there's no conviction that we can see.
Yeah, and that's, I'm seeing that. I saw the fee payment for after a plea, but it was not your client's name. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, based on your testimony and the judicial documents which the court has taken judicial notice of, and the verified pleading, the court is going to grant your request to expunge those records. I'm signing the order to that effect with today's date, May 11th,
Okay.
2021.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, it's done. It's kind of like being baptized. You get a check.
I know.
So
Got born again.
let's keep that record clean then. Best of luck,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes,
Judge, I'm-
yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We have another Ramiro Rodriguez Jr. on the second page. Is that him?
Yes,
Yes,
And that's Cause number 2021 CVJ 529D3. I don't know if you want to call it now or till he doesn't leave, if you want to call it later, Judge.
Okay, I just handled 524, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one that I just granted.
But then there's another one, Judge, with the same name, only added with junior. And that one's 2021 CVJ 529D3.
Okay. Okay, number 7 on the docket.
It's the same person, Ms. Bettis?
No,
Yes, I believe it's the same person. I'm the same person.
Ms. Bettis from Mr. Reina's office just chatted. She says that it's the same person, but
Okay.
it has a different case number. On this one, the 259, it's a petition for non-disclosure that's with the district court. I believe you probably have that file as well, Judge.
I do have that file. Hold on a second. Don't go away, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here.
Here we go. All right, let me call the case. The court calls 2021 CVJ 529D3 in the matter of Ramiro Rodriguez versus the state of Texas. And this is a petition for a non-disclosure. Now, Mr. Rodriguez, I'm going to remind you that you're still under oath, okay?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. Yes, it's correct.
I proceed, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Is your name Ramiro Rodriguez Jr.?
That's correct. Correct.
Mr. Rodriguez, you had, we filed for you a petition for non-disclosure of criminal history record information. You recall us going over that petition with you?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I recall. Yeah.
And so here in this petition, you're asking the court to grant you an order of non-disclosure for a conviction that occurred, that you pled guilty to, and were convicted for a Class A and placed on probation, right?
That's correct.
And so you're asking the court, you're telling the court from page 2 to page 3 that you're entitled to an order, a non-disclosure based on the law, because you're not disqualified under any of those sections cited therein, and there's no court finding or any finding that an offense was committed involving family violence, right?
That's correct.
And furthermore, you're alleging, and you stand by this allegation today, that you have never been previously convicted of or placed on deferred adjudication for any for another offense other than a traffic offense that is punishable by fine only, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So, Your Honor, we're also asking the court to consider that the granting of this non-disclosure order is in the best interest of justice. Is that right?
That's correct.
Your Honor, based on Mr. Rodriguez's testimony, and I believe there's a waiver on file also by the DA in this case. All notices have gone out to the different agencies required to be notified of the same, and none has answered contesting this petition. And based on all that, we're asking the court to grant the order of non-disclosure.
Mr. Rodriguez, based on your testimony and specifically on the waiver that was filed by the district attorney's office, which specifically states that your petition satisfies the requirements of Texas Government Code 411.074, the court is going to grant your request for non-disclosure in relations to the Class A misdemeanor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, I think that takes care of that, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Good luck again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a good day, sir.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
Moving on to page 2, number 4, case number 4. The court calls 2021 CVJ 525 D3 in the matter of San Juanita Moore Perez. Good afternoon, Mrs. Perez, or Ms. Moore. How do you prefer?
It's Miss Moore, sir.
Okay. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Can you please raise your right hand so the clerk can swear you in?
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Mr. Reina, you may proceed, but the court will take judicial notice first that there is a waiver on file by the district attorney's office on April 27, 2021.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is your name San Juanita Moore Perez?
Yes, sir.
Of course, you're also known as San Juanita Moore, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Shall we call you Ms. Moore for this hearing?
Yes, sir. Moore is my married name and Perez is my maiden name.
We'll call you San Juanita Moore, Ms. Moore. Do you recall having read over a petition called Verified Petition for Expunction of Records?
Yes, sir.
After reading through that petition, reviewing it carefully, did you at the very end sign a declaration on the penalty of perjury that everything in that petition is true and correct?
Yes, sir.
And today before the court, do you stand by that declaration that everything in this petition is true and correct?
Yes, sir.
In this petition, Ms. Moore, you're asking the court to expunge or erase an arrest record that dates back to November 3rd, 2016, right?
Yes, sir.
And in that case, after that arrest, nothing happened, right? The prosecutor did not file charges and there was no cause number the court assigned to the case, right?
That is correct.
And based on the fact that, more than 3 years have passed since the date of that arrest, and that you, as you state and allege in page 2, chapter 2 of that petition, you're entitled to satisfy all the requirements for an expunction based on that. And the law as expunges in the state of Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Mr. Reina, I couldn't hear the very last part.
Yeah, you're asking the court for the expunction because you satisfy all the requirements under expunction law in the state of Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
And those allegations are contained in your petition on page 2, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You stand by those allegations?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all we have by way of testimony from Ms. Moore. And of course, with judicial notice has been taken of the waiver on file of the DA, and that we also ask the court to take judicial notice that all the agencies have been provided notice according to law regarding this proceeding, and that none of those agencies, including DPS, has filed an answer contesting this petition, Your Honor. Based on all that, we ask the court to grant her petition for expulsion.
Ms. Moore, based on your testimony and the affirmation of the verified pleading, the court is going to grant your request for an expungement. The order has been signed with today's date, May 11th, 2021. And I want to wish you the best.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. You're excused.
Thank you, sir.
The next case on the docket is 2021 CVJ 527, Vicente Ramos III. Are you present, Mr.?
Present.
There you are. Mr. Ramos,
Yes, I am present.
can you raise your right hand so you can be sworn in?
Hello.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you
Yes.
God? Thank you.
And before you proceed, Mr. Reyna, the court will
Yes, I
take,
do.
thank you. The court will take judicial notice that a waiver has been on file was filed on April 27th, 2021. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is your name Vicente Ramos III?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Ramos, do you recall having reviewed thoroughly a verified petition for expunction of records before it was filed for you?
That is correct.
And after reviewing that petition, did you at the very back of that petition sign a declaration under penalty of perjury that everything in the petition is true and correct?
That is correct.
And today before the court, as you stand before the court, as you appear before the court, do you stand by that declaration that everything in the petition is true and correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, in this petition, you're asking the court to expunge or erase arrests that occurred back in 2005, one on May 11th and one on June 17th, 2005. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
And in each of those cases with regarding the 2011, 2005 arrest, the prosecutors did not file charges and there was no cause number or court assigned to that case, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Regarding the June 17th, 2005 arrest, again, the prosecutor did not file charges and there was no cause number court assigned to that case either, was it?
That is correct.
So based on the law of expunction, commercial law in the state of Texas, at least because at least 3 years have passed from the date of those arrests, and you're asking the court to expunge those arrests, right?
Yes, I am.
And regarding the other satisfying the other elements of the functional law, those are set out on page 3, paragraph 5 of that petition, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Your Honor, we have nothing further by way of testimony from Mr. Ramos. Court is taking judicial notice as a waiver on file. And we would ask the court to take judicial notice that all the agencies required to be notified of this proceeding have been so notified according to law. And that there is no answer on file by any of those agencies, including DPS. And based on all that, we ask the court to grant this expulsion or petition for expulsion.
Mr. Ramos, based on your testimony in affirming the verified pleading and the documents to which the court took judicial notice, the court has granted your request for expungement. The order has been signed with today's date, May 11th, 2021. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day. Have a good day, sir.
You too, Judge.
All right, you're excused. Next case on the docket is 2021 CVJ 528 D2 in the matter of Ashley Macias.
Yes, Your Honor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Macias. Can you have a seat so you don't, it's kind of distracting when you're wandering around.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm helping my grandfather with some trees.
Okay. After this, you'll be able to trim all the trees you want.
I know.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand so you can be sworn in?
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
yes.
Thank you.
The court will take judicial notice that there is a waiver on file dated April 21st, 2021. You may proceed, Mr. Reyna.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is her name Ashley Macias?
Yes.
Macias, do you recall having reviewed a petition called verified petition for expunction of records before it was filed for you?
Yes.
And after reviewing that petition, Ms. Macias, do you recall having signed a declaration on the penalty of perjury that everything in this petition is true and correct?
Yes.
And today before the court, do you stand by that declaration that everything in this petition is true and correct?
Yes.
In this petition, Ms. Macias, you're asking the court to expunge or erase rather an arrest that you sustained back on August 1st, 2018. Is that right? Ms.
If
Macias?
you need to repeat that, Mr. Reyna, I had a little bit of difficulty understanding the complete question.
Yes, in this petition, you're asking the court to expunge or erase an arrest that you suffered back on August 1st, 2018. Is that right?
Yes.
And you're asking the court, there was a cause filed actually found in court of law number 2, right? But you successfully completed a pretrial intervention program, right?
Yes.
And so based on that pretrial intervention program, nothing else happened after that, right?
Yes.
Your Honor, based on Ms. Macias's testimony and the fact that there's a waiver on file and that they're all notices that have to go out to the different agencies to notify them that this proceeding has been done according to law, and none of them have filed an answer challenging this petition. We're asking the court to grant this petition for expunction.
Yes.
Ms. Macias, based on your testimony and the affirmation of the verified petition, the court is going to grant your request for expungement of records. I've signed the order with today's date, May 11th, 2021. So good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You too. Hope you have a green thumb. Take care.
I think that covers the docket, Your Honor, for today.
I have some extra files.
I think that was it for this docket, Judge.
That was what?
I think that was it for this docket, for the Social Justice Night Court docket.
I wonder why they brought me. These were the files that I originally thought we were going to hear today.
And there's CVJs?
There's a tag on them that says expungements. And it's Miguel Ángel Rodríguez, Yadra Lisbeth Diaz, Manuel Torres, and Lisette Cruz. No.
All right.
We're all district court.
We don't have those files, Your Honor. I don't have those files. I didn't know they were set for today.
That's correct, Judge. I don't have that on my docket either. I ran the docket through the Odyssey and I only had 7 cases, which.
I think I stole these from Judge Lopez because they all.
Ándale, ya ves.
Now you had more than when you started.
Yeah.
You have to put the cookies back in the cookie jar.
He's probably doing those tomorrow. Okay, I saw expungements and I knew that's what I was doing today, so I said. Okay, thank you, everyone, staff.
Thank you, Judge.
Bye, Judge.
Everybody in the courtroom. Good to see you all.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Don't hesitate to call me about a setting on that non-disclosure.
I will do that, Your Honor.
And that way that your client doesn't have to wait 2 or 3 months.
We'll do that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Winston.
Judge Garcia, if I can speak to you real quick.
Ms. Esther?
Yes,
Yes.
it's
Yes,
me,
yes,
it's
Your Honor.
EJ.
What's up, EJ? Do we need a private chat room? Did you do something bad?
Of course not.
I'm out of here, Your Honor.
What,
Thank
are you gonna come into chambers or are you gonna do it over Zoom?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on Zoom, Judge. I'm at home right now.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Well, I just wanted to talk to you about this case, about the non-disclosure. It wasn't a mix-up or anything. It's just that since it's an L1 case, it comes out of the county court. So of course it didn't appear on my district court docket, the one I gave you. So I kind of feel bad for Mr. Reina.
Well, no, and I know there was some issue going back the last 2 months regarding this, because I think, I don't think that the county courts of law have the authority to grant the expungements.
Yeah, I know that because it's, district court cases that they fall on.
Right,
So that's,
but I
Mhm.
think they were still anxious to do their fair share. So, I mean, yeah, it probably would have been easier if it came up, but it happens and it's not, if everything's in order, they'll eventually get that. So don't worry about that. I mean,
alrighty, Judge. Just wanted to throw it out there to you. I know that Judge Villarreal has the next social justice night court on June the 8th, but I'm not sure if he's just doing non-disclosures.
they can go in there. It's not that far away.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to mention to Mr.
Yeah.
Reina, but I literally just found out. I was looking through my emails and Judge Lopez had sent us a list of the night court dates. And so
I
I
could have
saw.
forgotten about that case in 5 minutes. Have you not brought it up again?
I can send you an email, Judge, if you like, or I can just send Mr. Reina an email.
I mean, I'll hear it if Mr. Reina, and I'll call Judge Villarreal. If he wants the extra work, I don't mind. So,
It's because it's busy. It's true. You are super busy, Judge, because you also are doing the pro says.
that was fun yesterday, and I will tell you that my docket just got one of the bigger cases that I had. I found out just now it's settled. So.
Oh, that's good news, isn't it?
Yes, it is. 'Cause I'm busy for the rest of the week with that one case. So anyways, well, thanks again to everyone and let Mr. Reina figure out how he wants to do it, because I know there was an issue regarding how we were going to divide up the night court cases.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's
Okay, Judge.
to Judge Villarreal, that was decided at the, I think that was a topic that came up at the last judges board.
Okay, judges.
Yeah. So
Alrighty,
I'm not going to worry about it, but I'll hear it if he needs to have it done right away. And if I have a court reporter, I'll do it.
Yeah, because if you notice, the Ramiro guy, Mr. Rodriguez also had a non-disclosure, but that's why I pinpointed that it was landed on the district court. His non-disclosure.
I mean, there's so many cases that we all handle that that's going to happen every once in a while, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, Judge. Well, you have a good rest of the day, whatever's left.
All right, everyone too. Have a safe evening.
Thank you, Judge. You be
Bye.
safe.
Thank you.
Ya
Bye-bye.
me voy.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
Judge.
Bye. Bye, girls.
Bye.